wasn't gonna stay white and red, right? It's time to paint this thing. Just the over fenders, not the whole car. I'm definitely not that confident in my skills to paint an entire car. That would look terrible. I guess when you do a lot of grinding and cutting and welding on your car, it's pretty gross. Let's clean it up. If you saw the last episode on the E36, you know that I wide-bodied it with Fitment Lab overfenders. Did the measuring, the drilling, the cutting, the grinding, the welding, the seam sealer, all that good stuff. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It was a fun one to make. But now it's time to actually paint these things and make them match the car. So first step, obviously, I'm gonna pull them off. And I already have one off. Let's get the rest of them off. Now these things already have very excellent fitment. I don't have to mess with anything regarding that. I don't see any major imperfections I have to fix, really. I'm just gonna scuff it to 320 and prime it. It's that simple. This is gonna be messy. All right, one done, ready to go. I'm covered already. Freaking fiberglass. They are all sanded to 320. Nice even finish on all of them. Now I'm gonna hit them with some wax and tar remover, get them cleaned up, blow them off one more time, and then we'll move on to the primer. Everything's sanded and cleaned and blown off, ready for some primer. Time to spray. First coat done, very, very, very light coat. I like to do my coats super light, especially the first one, just to make sure everything sticks. Just to reiterate, I'm not a professional at all. I've never been trained on how to do any kind of body work or paint. I just kind of learned from the internet and from doing it. By no means this is gonna turn out perfect, but it should turn out pretty decent. All right, stand by while we do 2 or 3 more coats. 3 coats of primer on each. Actually, I had to run out and get more primer because I ran out. 2 full cans of primer. I'm gonna let them sit overnight and fully cure. Quick sand tomorrow, we're ready for paint. In the meantime, I am going to pull the car back in because I got new brake pads for it. If you guys weren't aware, I have Hawk HP Plus pads in there. It has a Willwood 4-piston BBK in the front, stock E36 M3 in the rear, but Hawk HP Plus pads all around it. But they are terrible on the street. They're so loud and so dusty. 3. I've been meaning to change them for years, but the car sat. I'm not gonna change them out. I just got the Hawk HPS pads, much more of a street pad. That way I'm not gonna ruin my brand new wheels with a ton of dust, and they'll be nice and quiet on the street. So that should be a pretty easy swap. Get started. Kind of weird. I'm not used to the car being on this side. Change out the pads. The front's gonna be super easy because they're the Willwood BBKs. I literally just pull a bolt out, pull the old ones out, put the new ones in. Super simple. That took longer than expected. I had to use a C-clamp to compress the piston because it was too far in to get the new pads in. These bolts in, this side is done. I am gonna do some other things while we're back here. I think I'm gonna clean up this bumper cut a little bit, take the pad out of where the spring sits to help lower it a little bit, and probably finish up this gas cap. I mean, it's definitely a few millimeters thick, so it might lower me to a pretty good point where I'm happy. Maybe. Now I am keeping these pads because these are perfectly good whenever I do hit a track. Don't think I'm going to use them for Auto X because it's really not worth my time swapping these in just for Auto X, but an actual track day, yeah. Front one install, way easier than the rear. And like I talked about, this is all that holds it in up top. It's a bolt with a spacer and a nut on the other side. Super easy and simple, very nice design. All right, same thing on the driver's side. Should go a little quicker. Camera died, but it's a new day. Car is done, new brakes are on. Rear might be a little lower. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see once I get the overs installed. So time to get the car out of here, give these a final sand down and cleaning, and it's time for paint. Same paint gun I used to paint the engine bay. Looks like hell rod red to me. I'm gonna hit all these with the blowgun just one more time, and then there goes nothing. Three coats of base are on. It went decent. It's a little orange peely. A couple little critters flying around that ended up finding themselves in the paint, which is to be expected. I'm in a garage, kind of out in the woods, so it is what it is. On to the clear. Clear coat's looking better than the base coat, much less orange peel. 2 down, 1 to go. I think we're good, boys. Pretty happy with that. Time to let it dry and see what it ends up looking like. Hopefully it matches. All right, guys, fenders are done and they're dry. They're in my house on a spare bed. One is missing because I already put it on because I couldn't wait. I had to see it. So one's already on. Let me throw the other 3 on and we'll get the final look. Paint color came out like almost spot on. Like it's a very, very good match, thankfully. They came out pretty decent. I think a little wet sand and buff will go a long way as well. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show. I forgot, I wanted to show the solution for the gas door. So what I ended up doing here, so I spaced out the rear. Pretty typical, right? That's what a lot of guys do. And then what I did on the front is I added a little magnet with encased in rubber with an M4 nut and bolt and made it about the same length as the front. And now she clicks on there. And it's a nice nice solid click. This magnet is actually like way too strong. So I glued a little piece of ABS plastic on there because I could hardly open the door. Like I thought I was gonna break something, that magnet is so strong. I'll link this in the description if anyone is interested, because I think it's a very, very good solution. Still get that, you know, your gas door is not gonna fly open randomly. But enough chit chat, let's get to work. Boys, I am so pumped on this thing. It is done. All my fenders are painted and installed, and it turned out incredible. I don't want you to think it's a professional paint job, because it's not. It's me, and I'm not a professional, but it looks good. She's wide and she's thick, and she looks mean. The concave wheels, especially being a 17 with a bigger sidewall tire, the two 75/40 17s, the black bolts, just how everything came out. I'm super, super ecstatic and happy about it. And it drives awesome too. I'll get you guys on more of a driving video next time, because this video is already pretty long with the brake install and all that, so sorry about that. One question I have black bolts on it. I don't know what finish they are. It's maybe like an oxide finish, if I remember. But I washed the car once, and the bolts already have like a little bit of surface rust on them. So I'm wondering if you guys have ideas about what bolts I can get that are black that won't rust. Or do you guys think stainless steel bolts would look better? Because I did buy stainless steel bolts. I didn't install them. Obviously they won't rust, but I really like the black look. So let me guys know if you have ideas about black bolts that won't rust when water touches them. The size of the bolts are M5, about 20 millimeters long works. They could be a little shorter, so that's fine too. So let me know. That'd be a huge help, guys. I tried to do some research and I didn't get anywhere. I'm sure you guys will help me out. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We'll get you a little bit more of a driving video next time. Till then, we'll see you.